Hello there. This is Sherry Bowers with Connected Spirit and the Connected Spirit Connected Biz Summer Gift Event. Today, I've got the pleasure of having Kirsten and Jeanne with me today to talk a little bit about what they do, which is really, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to watch this one. So, let's just kind of, dive in. And for those of you that aren't familiar with who you are and what you do, tell us a little bit about that and how you got started and with what you're doing.
Sure. Well, Sherry, first of all, thank you for having us. This is our third year of doing this gift giveaway with you, and it's our first year at this level. So thank you. You do such a great job with this, and we've always ended up connecting with really amazing people. And
Excellent.
so thank you for doing this. So our business is six-figure business coaching, and we really help our clients learn how to use video marketing because it really builds know, like, and trust. And we do that by helping them work with a virtual assistant in the Philippines. And we really kind of fell into video marketing because when I owned a mortgage company, Jeannie was my client.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and she said, I may be starting a business. And so a couple of years later, she was checking on interest rates. And I said, how's your business going? And she said, well, I kind of feel like it's going, but I need, could use a mentor. And so I was like, oh, well, I'm happy to meet with you if you want to have coffee. And so we started kind of that process of mentoring and coaching. And then I fell in love with marketing because I was learning so much from her. And
Uh-huh.
she said, why don't you do some videos for your mortgage company? And this is back in 2006.
Oh,
So
wow.
started doing
Yeah.
videos in 2006. And I can't say I fell in love with it because none of us like how we look or how we sound on video. But the results blew me away that people, one of our videos told our customers what documents they needed to bring in.
Hmm.
And which was great because I would do that on the phone with them and I would send them a checklist, but we would only get back about 70% of the documents, which meant my processors had to kind of chase our clients to get the rest of
Right.
them. But what happened is when I started sending that little video out when I got off the phone with them, they went over the exact same thing I told them on the phone with the exact same checklist. All of a sudden, we started getting almost all of the documents back when they submitted their applications. So it really changed the internal part of the business because it made it easier for the processors. It made it easier. It was a better client experience. We're always thinking about our client journey. And so
Right.
that was really mind blowing. So then Jeannie helped us come up with other topics and other videos. And we started kind of having fun doing it. And I think what blew me away, and this is where I think, we all had the aha moment, is people would walk into the office and Sherry, it's like, like someone's like, oh, hey, Sherry, how are you? And it's like, oh, they know me. How do I know
Right.
them? How do I know
Yeah.
them? Where did I meet them? And so it was really interesting to see that if someone had watched several of your videos, that they felt really connected with you. They felt like they really knew you, which was absolutely mind blowing. And so that was like the real aha moment was how much video could really build a relationship with someone. And even
Hmm.
to this day, if we have someone who, end up having a discovery call with who found us, on YouTube, they're quoting things that I've said or they're quoting things that Jeannie has said.
Right.
And so, like the power of video is just unbelievable. I think it's the second best thing to actually meeting someone in
Yeah.
person, so it really, it's just unbelievable. But, when you have a video, it's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's where the real
That
magic
helps
happens.
too.
But
Yeah.
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 So Jeannie, I've done all the talking so far.
Well, yeah, no, so kind of to finish that off, if you will, is that I brought marketing to the table and Kirsten brought our business coaching, and together we thought, what is the best way that we can help entrepreneurs, move forward in their business, get all of their marketing done consistently, show up, using video. And so that's when we came up with the Marketing VA Advantage, which is our program. And we teach entrepreneurs how to do a really robust video with all the SEO capabilities, and then help them set up a YouTube channel for their business. And then, like she said, we match them with a marketing virtual assistant who then takes the video and does everything else. They edit it, they repurpose it on all the social platforms, they send it out in an email, they upload it as a blog, all the things that need to be done that we don't have time to do, so that we can be free to spend more time with our clients and our prospects, and but yet be visible on all the platforms.
Yeah.
And that's
And
that's so huge. That's so
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have to say, Jeannie was a real trooper because when I first started, coaching her way before we even figured out video was amazing, her business kind of took off. And so because we kind of did a focus group, and then she put together these awesome courses, and then all of a sudden she had a ton of clients coming in.
Right.
And so I said to her, would you be open to outsourcing overseas? And she's like, sure, okay. And I'm like, because I read an article about it. So that was the extent of experience we had 15 years ago with learning how to outsource overseas. And we've outsourced to 6 different countries, and we have been probably the worst bosses ever. And we've been taken advantage of, and we did all the wrong things repeatedly sometimes, but we really learned how to, take into consideration cultural differences, and how to build really great relationships with people who are halfway around the world, and how to create structure to manage a large team. So we really started outsourcing for Jeannie's agency overseas. But then when we kind of found that power of video, and then also the power of these amazing people that live halfway around the world, and their cost of living is 85% less. And so when we realized that she could run her agency with a virtual team, how much power would it be, and how much help would it be to a solopreneur to have someone supporting them 20 hours a week or 30 or 40 hours a week? Yeah. And that's like the magic, I think, is realizing that as a business owner, you deserve to have the support, you deserve to have the help. And so, yeah, we've just been down some interesting roads together, and had a lot of fun, and learned a lot of life lessons over the past 15 years.
Yep. I mean, and somebody had said this to me once. I don't even remember how long ago, but it's, it's so true. And anybody that has their own business knows this. It's like, having your own business is the ultimate self-improvement course that you could ever take, because you're going to, you learn. It's just crazy how much you have to learn and navigate. And and it's a great experience. But making that easier, that's where the magic happens. So that's wonderful.
Yeah. And I think especially for women, so many women, I think we feel like we have to do it all. Like, you should still be able to run a business and have your family and take care of your kids and still take care of your health. But the bottom line is, a real business isn't a one-person show. If you're a one-person show, you're self-employed, right? You've employed yourself with your own job. So, exactly. Yeah, when you can start to realize that part of that self-help with learning as an entrepreneur is learning that you deserve to have support, and that you deserve to spend most of the time in your business doing what you love doing, the reason why you started it, not doing all the other things that have to be done. And so that's probably one of my passions, I think, is just really helping people understand that you don't have to do it all. In fact, I brag about all the things I can't do because I feel like that's more important than what I can do.
Right? That's cute. Yeah. And I think too, it's it's so hard. You start off as a self-employed person, right? And when you're starting your business, and then you keep hitting that ceiling, where you need help. Maybe you feel like you can't afford help, and it's just, you just keep beating your head on the wall until you can make that leap, or that transition. And it's more of, I think lots of times it's a lot of it is in our head, and then in our just not having the business skills to know how to do that shift.
Yeah. For me, it was. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's wonderful that the two of you have these complementary skills that you're bringing to the table, which is just awesome.
Yeah, for me, it was. I kept thinking, there's got to be. I'm not organized enough. There's got to be a way for me to organize my time so that I can get my client work done, so that I can, get the marketing for my business done. And I kept thinking it was me, which I think is a normal. I hate to say it, but female thing that, we blame ourselves when in fact, there are only so many hours a day, and you shouldn't be working 24/7, and that outsourcing, is an option. I think a lot of people the other part of that is, I think they may recognize that they could use a virtual assistant or some help, but if they, and sometimes they focus so much on hiring and finding the right person that they don't think about, once they've got that person, oh, now I need to train them. Now I need to tell them what to do. And now I'm not saving myself time. And so I think that a lot of times when it doesn't work out, that's usually what the problem is. And so we we came up with all the SOPs. So literally step by step, who does what, this is what this is what the virtual assistant does. And then the client has to review it. And, so it's seamless, and it's a lot of things that they need, but don't know that they need, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. I can totally relate to that, because for me, it's, I run into that piece, like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
In the beginning with my clients, which is more on the, the tech end of things. So I can totally get where you're coming from. So tell us a little bit about the gift that you're going to be sharing, because that's pretty exciting too.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's called, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's called How You Can Easily Create Video That Explodes Your Sales in Less Than an Hour a Week. Because it really all starts with a smart video. But what I love about this is that some people will go, oh, no, I don't want to see myself. But we actually have 7 different video styles that you can choose from, and they don't all mean that you need to be in front of the camera. We certainly encourage our clients and our community to be in front of the camera, because it does develop that. It develops your skills and your confidence in being in front of the camera, but it also builds that know, like, and trust, because people see you. So then it also goes through repurposing, which we talked a little tiny bit about. Not spending too many hours on technology, cutting your marketing time in half, becoming the authority. And that's what a lot of our clients see when they start using video. All of a sudden people are saying, wow, I can totally relate to that. Now I see, how knowledgeable you are and how deep your knowledge is in this particular field. And, and I can connect with you without having ever met you. Kirsten, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think it's a really good training that everyone will get a lot out of it, things that they can implement and things that they can do. And then obviously if they want to have a conversation with us about, full package of having a virtual assistant do that for them. But we work with clients who have never, ever been on camera. And then we have clients that have already started the YouTube channel, have videos up and running, but they realize all the things that it takes to make it happen. And they usually realize they're not even doing all the things because it's so much. But it's also, it's interesting because we have a lot of clients that aren't tech savvy. And that's one of the things that I love is when we hire and interview the virtual assistants, and before we put them into our paid internship, which they have to do before we place them with a client, one of the things we're vetting for is design skills and then editing skills, but also tech skills. So for a lot of our clients, like having that person who's young and loves technology to support all their tech issues in their business is huge too. So yeah, but so that we'll talk a little bit about the technology that you need to create your videos and things like that, but we want to keep it simple and easy in that training.
And just this kind of going back to one of the first things you said when you were talking about your program is, the option for, because I think it's a point I want to bring out to people that are watching is, you said that you've got different options for them to start with so that they don't have to be on camera. And I think, that's wonderful, because I think everybody thinks, oh, like, I'm too shy. I can't, or I don't want, like you said, I don't want to be seen. And I didn't in the beginning. I was like, no, just big fat no. But I think it's a natural progression. If you can start off with that, start off with what you're comfortable with, then it's easier to build those skills. But if you're hesitant, there's no way you can jump comfortably into, a full-blown in-person standing there, spiel video, right? It's too much. So I love the fact that you're kind of, you can meet them where they're at and then help them grow through that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we like to encourage them too to start out recording videos about what they know. Exactly. So the first one they do is telling people about their business. And then, if you think about all the frequently asked questions, they're actually things that you would tell people if you saw them in person. And it's just getting comfortable doing it in front of, the little dot that's on the screen or the dot that's on your phone.
Right.
So like Jeanne loves public speaking and I hate it. It's like he's not, I get lightheaded. I don't want to do it. So I think what's interesting is a lot of people do not realize the power of video editing. And so I joke, when I start off recording a video, I usually like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Intern, I don't know who's editing this video, but we're so excited that you're in our internship program. And then I'm like, okay, let me get started. And then I might look down at my notes and then I might say whatever I'm going to say. And I'm like, oh, that didn't come out right. Let me say it again. I'll say it again. I might say something 3 times. Like, okay, that's a keeper. And I just kind of go through the videos like that. I mean, I remember one time, like it was just so hot. And I'm like, oh, give me a minute. I'm sweating like a pig here. Hold on. And the camera's still rolling because we never stop. But what happens is when you realize, and we hear this all the time from our clients, that they cannot believe that the virtual assistant can take this raw footage of this hot mess that they recorded and then turn it into something absolutely different. And so I think that's what people forget about is like the magic of video editing, all the things that can be done with B-roll and images and improved sound quality. So it makes it a lot easier when you have that magic wand, so to speak, of editing.
Yep, exactly. So, the gift is wonderful. Anybody that's listening, you need to get this because, that's where marketing's. It's been there and it's just going to keep evolving in that direction, I think. And you guys make it easy to get started. So, gotta do it.
Thank you.
So if somebody wants to reach out and talk to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can go to themarketingvaadvantage.com, themarketingvaadvantage.com, and that'll tell them a little bit more about how things work. And there's a place in there they can book a call with me. If they want to check out our website, that's sixfigurebusinesscoaching.com. And that's the same as our YouTube channel, sixfigurebusinesscoaching.com.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to connect with you guys for a while, so this is exciting. And everybody watching the replay, if you're catching this in the emails or on the channel, make sure that you take advantage of what they have available. The link will be in the description below the video, and obviously you'll get that inside the event also. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Sherry. We appreciate you.
All right, you have a wonderful day.
And you. Thanks.